there, friends and followers, and welcome to this live stream. This is Q8 Pilot, your host for today's show, and today we are doing something completely different, something that I'm not very accustomed to, which is flying a helicopter. Now, I haven't really covered that many helicopters on the channel in the past. I've done a few, but this one has really caught my attention, and it's developed by Hype Performance Group for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Want to welcome you, Hart. How are you doing? Good evening, my friend. Pilot A340, good evening, my friend, and welcome to this live stream. And we are currently situated at London Oxford Airport in the United Kingdom, and specifically at the control tower. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be taking a look at the aircraft, at the modeling, and this is, by the way, an early access aircraft, so it is not yet released. It is released for the public, but it's in early access. So just bear that in mind while we explore the features of this aircraft. We are going to take it for a short flight from London Oxford to Wycombe Airport in the UK, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat, guys, I do not know how to fly helicopters, but I'm going to try my best to show you all the features that ships with this really amazing helicopter for Microsoft Flight Simulator. We've got Rand, hello, good evening, my friend. Steph, hello, my friend, and welcome. Benny, welcome. Waldemir, welcome, my friend. Good to have you guys with me tonight. So let's exit the control panel and let's head over to the beautiful aircraft, the Airbus H145 by Hype Performance Group. And as you can see here, this is an amazing 3D model. Now, you guys know I really like a lot of details, and Simon, hello, my friend, and welcome. I really like details, and let me tell you, this is nothing short of details, and we're going to take a look at that in just a minute. Now, I've spent this morning looking at various videos of this aircraft, and let me tell you, the developers have really nailed it, both inside and out, and much to my pleasure, I've had a personal, up-close and personal encounter with this aircraft, with this Airbus H145 at the Kuwait Air Show a couple of years ago. Let me tell you, this aircraft is quite large. It is a huge-looking aircraft, and it does look very majestic in real life. We're going to begin by taking a look at all the texturing, and the 3D model here and all the details are absolutely stellar. Just look at those rotors and the blades. The texture work on this helicopter is something I quite honestly have not seen anything like it. Just look at that. Look at the amount of details here. Just really absolutely gorgeous texture work all around this aircraft. Every little detail has been thought of and has been modeled and properly textured. If we look here at the bottom of the aircraft, let's see here, there we go. Look at that, look at the details. Just really absolutely phenomenal details in terms of the texture work. The exterior, by the way, and the interior, and we're going to take a look at the interior in just a minute, but just guys, look at this. This is something I have a lot of appreciation for, and it is without a doubt, I will say this now, the very best helicopter I have seen for flight sim in terms of its modeling. Now, of course, this is an early access, and I have very little information on the flight model of helicopters, so I cannot really say anything about its flight model or how it flies or how close it resembles the real aircraft in terms of flight model. But in terms of the look and feel, the 3D model, the texture work, I'll tell you that this aircraft is spot on. This is exactly what the real aircraft looks like in real life. And as I've said, I've seen this aircraft. I've sat in the captain's seat during the Kuwait Air Show, And I think they had two variants of the aircraft. They had the medic version and the luxury version, and both are great. And by the way, this aircraft ships with three main liveries: the civilian, the luxury, and the military. And each one of those have, I think, 3 or 4 additional liveries that you can pick from. We are going to take a look at them because they do have different features. And believe it or not, in the military version, you can actually fire missiles. So we're going to take a look at that. So I'm really, I mean, when I first saw the H135, I chuckled with joy because it's a helicopter that I have seen, both the H135 and 145. But when I purchased this aircraft, and by the way, this aircraft is going to set you back about 42, just under, I think it's 42.95. And I'm going to reserve my comments on the price till the end. But first, let's hop into the cockpit now that we've seen the exterior. And just, my God, look at all those details. I just love details. And this aircraft is so detailed that everything looks absolutely gorgeous. All right, so we are going to hop into the 3D cockpit. And as you can see, the 3D cockpit, just like the rest of the aircraft, looks absolutely gorgeous. Just look at all the details. We've got with us Andrea. Hello, welcome to the stream. VR Flight Sim Guy. Hello, my friend, and welcome. And yes, indeed, it is a fabulous model. The Walking Fruit. Hello, my friend, and welcome. Well, thanks for stopping by and saying hi and hello to you, my friend. Definitely, Heart. It's a beautiful, beautiful model. Just look again at the seats. Those look like fine leather seats to me. Very, very luxurious and quite, modeled by the Hype Performance Group to the highest quality possible. Just look again at the overhead panel here with all the switches, the panel, the lovely texture work here on the seats. Let's head to the back here and just look at that. This is, by the way, the luxury version. And those leather seats are just made of the finest leather, and they are here for us to enjoy. And you can, by the way, there's a lot of interactive elements here. You've got a bottle of whiskey there, and you can open all the compartments, which is really, really cool. And you can, by the way, open all the doors as well. So we can open the door here, like so. How cool is that? And of course, we can do the same thing on this side. There you go. And now we have the doors open. And one of the nice things in this version also is once the executives or your clients are aboard the helicopter, you can actually close this window for extra privacy. How cool is that? Now that is really, really cool. And I haven't seen anything quite detailed like this helicopter before in any flight sim. There's quite a bit of helicopters for X-Plane, but nothing of this fidelity in terms of the 3D modeling and all the details. Now, flight model, again, guys, I really cannot say, but I will tell you that this is one fine helicopter. It really has changed my opinion. And I probably will be flying this helicopter quite a bit, and probably going to do some missions with it and things like that. Another thing that you will find on this aircraft that I really appreciate is this little iPad, which is really, it serves as the helicopter's control panel. And this is something that I have been really missing in a lot of the add-ons for Microsoft Flight Simulator. But this one has its control panel where you can configure things. As you can see, it's got a little nav map support. Flappy Bird is just a game. METAR information, so we can put Echo, Golf. Is it Kilo Tango? I'm not sure. Look up. There we go. So that's the METAR information that we've got for our London Oxford. You can get it there. We can go back. You can set some alarms here and set the alarm, and you can set timers as well, which is really cool. This one here, direction finder. So I'm not sure how this works, but maybe you need to be airborne to check this out. I haven't really fiddled around too much with it. But then you've got the web, so you can access the web. There is an EFB Connect, which I will not be covering during this live stream, but we'll do it in a later stream. Then you can manipulate the aircraft doors. So we're going to go ahead and open all the doors here. Let me just show you guys what things look like on the outside with all the doors open. Again, really, really cool. We've got some luggage there in the back. And just what a phenomenal model of the H145. Really beautiful. And of course, we're going to go ahead and close the doors now. Nice sounds as well. You can connect the ground power unit. It is available. We're not going to do it in this flight. We're just going to start right from the battery. Then, of course, you've got the autopilot, and you can set auto trim or turn it off. And you can also manipulate all the aircraft lights, which can come in really handy when you're flying a helicopter, as flying a helicopter is really not an easy thing to do, which you will see in a minute. But this one is really an aircraft that I really love the way it flies, at least in the sim. And yeah, and then we've got the documents here. So we've got normal procedures, and we've got the user guide, and we've got the aircraft's setup and configuration. So you can actually set this up from a cold and dark state, ready for takeoff. You can set the dead zones for your cyclic and pedals, and as well as the sensitivity. Also, for beginners or people who just want to fly this aircraft for fun, you can go to like an arcade mode, gameplay mode, or realistic. We're going to keep the arcade and realistic. So we're going to keep it on realistic. And then there is a bunch of equipment, and it varies with the different livery. So different liveries will have different equipment that you can install. And let's see here. We've got with us Amelia. Hello, Amelia, and welcome to the stream, my friend. Glad to have you with us. So you have different equipment that you can install aboard the aircraft, and then we can go to the options where you can switch between imperial and metric units, both for fuel and weight, the barometric units, temperature, rotor downwish effect on or off, show parking brake on tablet. You can set that if you want. The clock time, whether you want, you want PC time or you want sim time, that's something you can toggle as well. So again, a nice little iPad here that will help you with the aircraft. It helps you set up the aircraft, and you can see now that the battery has reduced to 99%. That's because the aircraft isn't powered, and we've turned on the iPad. So it is that detailed. Very, very fine details. By the way, if you look here, just look at the resolution of this sticker here, which is absolutely phenomenal. The texturing is really very well done. And by the way, we look here, if you look here at the panel here, again, lovely, lovely texture work. And if we come over to the overhead panel, again, lovely work here on the overhead panel, as well as the central pedestal area. And one of the things I like about this aircraft is, with the exception of this device here, it is inoperative. You can click all the buttons, but everything else works. All your circuit breakers here, all the tests, all the buttons here, everything actually works. And it is also equipped with the GTN devices. You need to download the GTN 750 in order to use those devices, which I highly recommend, by the way, that you do. All right. So here's what we're going to do, folks. We are going to depart London Oxford. We're going to head over to Wickham Airport in the United Kingdom. A lovely place to be always. We've got Matthew. Hello, Matthew. Welcome. I would be interested to know how trim functions for this helicopter. I guess we will see as we go. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I will tell you, there is, again, I am not proficient, guys, in flying the aircraft, but hopefully I'll be able to give you guys a good show. All right, let's head over to the overhead panel. We're going to turn on the battery, and that's how you engage the battery. Hydraulics are good. We're not going to be doing all the tests, but you can do the fire test here, which is modeled and operational. We're going to come here and turn on the standby battery. And then we're going to come down here and turn on the LAVCS. I'm not sure what this is, but we're just going to turn it on. By the way, the wipers are modeled. We're going to take a look at that later on during the stream. And static, pitot static for pilot and co-pilot are turned on. Now for the, we're going to turn on to the position and anti-collision lights. Now for the H145, we need the prime pumps first. And then we're going to start the engine. Once we start the engine, we're going to turn off the prime pumps and open the, I guess, transfer pumps. So let's open the both prime pumps, and everything else looks good to me here. And we are now ready to start our engines. Very, very simple to start the engines. By the way, you can come down here and you can set the weight computation. So we can go here and we can set payload, we'll say like 100 kilograms or so. And then if we press the button here, you can set your crew. So we can put like, let's say 300 kilos, something like that, 255, 270. And empty equipped, total fuel. We've got sufficient fuel for our short trip. But again, you can set this up here. And by the way, all of these are functional, so you can go to status. You can come to the weight here, and we can say, there we go. Yeah, all it's done there. All right, so we're good to go now, and we are going to start by putting both engines on idle. Just look at the motion of the rotors. Beautiful sounds. Listen to those sounds. Just really gorgeous. You can see the heat layer from the exhausts. Look how beautiful the beacon light is. All right. And now that we can see that it says idle, so we can turn in this to flight and close the covers. And then we're going to head over to the overhead panel, and we're going to turn on the avionics switches. And now we can switch this to the transfer pumps and turn off the prime pumps. We're going to turn on the strobes and the landing lights in preparation for departure. And we're going to come down here and turn on the autopilot system. And this aircraft, by the way, have full autopilot capability. And we are going to come down here and set our altitude. Let me just put this here so you guys can see. All right, so this is the altitude.
Alt A crossing. Alt A.
All right, we're going to put 2,400 for our altitude. All right, 2,400, and we're going to set the speed to, let's say about 120 knots. 125, 130 is good. All right, everything here looks good. Now, in order to enable the, we will take a look at the map here. We've already set the map here. This is set to GPS, and we're going to map here as well. All right, so we've got both our Garmin devices there, and Blue Max 717. Hello, my friend, and welcome. And you are most welcome, my friend. Cheapskate Skimmer, hello. Good evening or good morning to you, my friend. Peter, hello, my friend, and welcome. No, yeah, I never flew. I don't fly helicopters normally, but I'll tell you guys, this aircraft or this helicopter has really caught my attention. And by the way, I paid the full price, the $42.95, so I'm under no pressure to say anything I don't believe. This is one helicopter that I would recommend, definitely. And by the way, this is not all. So once we land at Wickham, we're going to take a look at the military version and at the civilian version as well. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. All right, so we are ready to go now. So let's see here. We need to give it just a little bit of power. And this is where we are right now. God, those sounds. Look at the landing lights. Beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous looking aircraft, beautiful sounds. And we are good to go. It's quite quiet in the interior. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to give it a little bit of power. Ooh, that was kind of abrupt. Again, guys, this is early access aircraft, so yeah, I'm as you can see. I mean, ooh, look at that. Yeah, I'm not very proficient, as you can see, but yeah, hopefully we can. Here, let me just push it down a little bit here. That's better. I guess I'm doing something right. And let's see here. Yeah, I'm not at all proficient in flying helicopters, but hopefully we can head over to our destination without too much incident. All right, so now we are kind of heading to, I think this is good, I guess. And we are on our way to Wickham. Now what we can do is, if we can come down here to the autopilot and click the Alt button and the IAS button and let the helicopter do its thing, it will actually go to the desired altitude and speed, and we can click here to engage the as you can see now, it will follow the flight plan that is entered into the GTN devices. And it will climb, it will accelerate to the set speed and the keyed in altitude. And if you read here, it says VS, so vertical speed, nav, and IAS. And let's see here. Yeah, all's looking good there. So let's continue. Torque's a bit high, it's in the red, but that's probably my piloting skills. Gotta use rudders. Yes, you definitely, is this study level? Well, I don't know if it's study level, but I can tell you this, Peter. This is very, very detailed. It's a very detailed helicopter and still in early access. So my, there's a lot of things that, by the way, I haven't really explored yet. But yeah, it is quite detailed in terms of its modeling. And if we can see here, we are at the desired altitude. And you will see that the Alt button is now switched on automatically. And we need to put this on track. And now the aircraft will follow the flight path set in the GTN device. Lovely, just really beautiful looking aircraft. The H145 by Hype Performance Group. And we can see that we will arrive into our destination in about 6 minutes from now. Some external views there for you. Absolutely lovely helicopter by HPG. I really like this helicopter, and I think that most of you guys who who've switched to Microsoft Flight Simulator or wish to do missions and things like that, I think this aircraft is just really the perfect fit for that kind of stuff. Very enjoyable aircraft. And yeah, about 5 minutes and we will reach our destination. We will land the helicopter, or I should rephrase and say attempt to land the helicopter. And then what we're going to do is we're going to be exploring the military version and the civilian version of the aircraft. And let's see here. Do we have, yeah, we have the panel lights. There is something else. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's in a different variant of the aircraft. We'll go to the civilian variant as well. Setup. Equipment. Yeah, emergency floats are off. Now those floats we can turn on. I will deploy them later on and we'll see what they actually do. But really a lot of stuff in this aircraft, really for you to explore, to enjoy. And about 11 nautical miles to our destination. Blackjack 62. This will probably be nice to fly once I get my Aero. Morning, good morning to you, sir. Never really liked flying helicopters, but I might have to check this one out. Hart, I think you will really enjoy this one. This really needs to be flown in VR. It's incredible. VR flight sim guy, yes, I would imagine that this is going to look absolutely phenomenal in VR. But yeah, it's equally enjoyable just like that in 3D. Those sounds are just gorgeous. Gorgeous looking aircraft. Just look at that. All right, we're approaching Wickham about let's see here, about 3 minutes. So I'm going to reduce our speed a little bit here. Let's see. All right, there we go. Reduce our speed a bit. Now, again, as I've indicated, folks, a lot of the things probably, the way I am handling this aircraft is probably not correct. and that is simply because I'm not very proficient, or not proficient at all, in flying helicopters. But I will tell you guys, as far as the price is concerned, first of all, I purchased this aircraft. I paid the full price for two reasons. One, I do want to support the developers, obviously, and I think they deserve to be supported with an aircraft or with a helicopter of this fidelity and level of detail and finesse, really, in the final finish. Now, although this is still in early access, it is an aircraft that I would recommend myself. And the second reason, aside from really supporting the developers, is that it's almost there and it's definitely under active development. So it's being updated. I get emails every now and then saying, you know, there is a new update to the aircraft. So all in all, I think it is really very a very active project, and I think the developers deserve the support for really all the hard work that they've done. All right, so I think we are now getting close to the airport, and if I'm not mistaken, the airport is somewhere over there. Let's see. Where is Wickham? It's right ahead of us, right there. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to, let's see. We're going to turn off IAS, and we're going to turn off the altitude, and we're going to take over and see if we can land this helicopter safely at Wickham, which is right ahead of us now. That's the airport, and it's definitely doing some, you know, the wind is, by the way, we are flying in real-time weather, but the time is a bit off, so I changed the time so that you guys can really see the beautiful texture work of the aircraft. Once we land, we are going to change the time a little bit, play with the lights, and show you guys what it looks like during nighttime. And then we're going to load up the, you know, the military variant and take a look at that. So we'll do some fun stuff here. Just really want to be able to give you guys the full picture on this rather remarkable aircraft helicopter for Microsoft Flight Simulator. All right, so that's Wickham, and we're just going to hopefully be able to bring the aircraft to a safe landing here. Doesn't look very good, does it? Yeah, it doesn't look very good. Well, I don't know how to do this any better, but you know what? We're going to just lift off a little bit here. I love how, you know, you can see all the dust here from the, obviously from the engines, but by the way, we're wasted, yeah? But let's try to put it somewhere there on the grass. Let's see, come on. Okay. So obviously, I am the worst person to fly helicopters, but we'll do another round here, see if we can bring it to do something a little better. Well, a little better, but still pretty bad. But nonetheless, you know, we're back here at Wickham. Ouchie, yeah, exactly. Donald, hello, my friend. Are you using mouse and keyboard? No, sir. I'm using Flight Yoke. I've never smoothly landed a heli. It's quite difficult. They aren't easy to fly in real life, Sam. Oh, Rand, I can imagine that. Reduce speed to 60 knots while descending on final. Decrease speed progressively, pulling cyclic towards you, and simultaneously apply collective and rudder pedal. Oh, near the ground. Oh, that's very good information, Mattia. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. All right. So one of the things here that I want to show you before we load up the other aircraft. So let's go and actually say real time. And as you can see now in real time, you can see the overhead panel colors. Again, looks really nice. And you can see all the instrumentation and how all the lights are lit up in the aircraft. Quite there, and there is another light here. Let me see, where is it? There we go. So now we have this light here that really illuminates the cockpit, and you can see the beautiful lighting. Again, so they haven't really left anything. Everything looks so very well modeled, and you see how when you turn off the light, it kind of just fades away. Fantastic looking aircraft, really, all around. All right, let's go ahead and change the time again. Now we are going to turn off everything, and let me go and change here. All right, that's good enough. All right, so we're going to open the covers, and we'll go to flight idle. This will idle the engines now. Just look at that. Look at the reflection of the fuselage. Just absolutely gorgeous aircraft. I mean, when I saw it, I just really chuckled with joy. The amount of details is outstanding. Really outstanding. All right, let's go to the overhead panel. We can turn off landing lights, strobe lights, position, anti-collision, and we are going to turn off the pitot heat, transfer pumps, and we're going to turn this off, and avionics master, standby battery is off, and then we're going to come down here now that the engines are idle and go to, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Off position, and off position there as well. The sounds are just phenomenal. Very, very nice sounds. All right, so now I'm gonna let you guys tell me where you want me to load the military variant. You must slow down. Yes, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you for the comment. Duncan, hello, my friend. Yeah, I would have never imagined myself flying a helicopter, but this one looks fantastic, guys. I mean, I recommend this helicopter. It's one that I guarantee you that you will enjoy. Whether you like helicopters or not, you will enjoy this HPG H145 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, I'm going to let you guys tell me where you want me to load the military variant. So we're not yet done with the stream. All right, so let's go to the main menu. And while I head over to the main menu, you guys can tell me where you want me to load up the military variant of this aircraft. So we go here. So this is what I've been talking about. So you have the Airbus helicopter, the military version, and you have the civilian version. So this is the civilian version. We can go to the liveries, and there are several. And by the way, there are a lot. There is an abundance of liveries for this aircraft at the flightsim.io. BIRK, you got it, Duncan. That's exactly where I'm going to load the aircraft. All right. So first, I want to show you guys the military variant, and we can go to liveries, and there's a ton of liveries that you can select and load, and they look all fantastic. Some are realistic, some are fictitious. New subscribers, Simon, welcome. Luca, Mayor, welcome, my friend, and welcome. All right, so we'll do the civilian version at Lima Sierra Mike Mike, and we'll do Bravo India Romeo Kilo for the military variant. All right, great. All right, so let's go ahead and select one of them. Maybe we'll select this one. It kind of has a, kind of funny looking shark decal there. Let's select that one. And we are going to go to Bravo Indiana Romeo Kilo at the request of my good friend Duncan, and who happens also to be one of the longtime supporters of the Q8 Pilot channel. That is the airport. Let's see here. We are going to go and load up the aircraft. Let's see if there is a helipad there. Probably not. We'll just put it somewhere away from the rest of the airport. Set as departure and fly. And we're probably going to do the same thing. We're just going to fly and maybe hover over the airport, and then I'm going to fire the missiles for you. Then we're going to go and load the civilian version of the helicopter. And we have Johan Sam Phillip has just joined the Q8 Pilot channel. Welcome, my friend. Glad to have you as a friend and follower of the channel. Welcome, my friend, and thanks for being here on the channel. Really appreciate it, and thanks for joining the this live stream. Right, we're just going to wait for this to load. There are a few things that I am planning, folks, for the next few days. So one of the things that you'll notice in the opening screen, by the way, I have Tobii Eye Tracker, and we're going to try Tobii Eye Tracker with this helicopter. But just to set things up, I'm going to turn it off because it's quite difficult to operate the helicopter with the Tobii Eye Tracker. But let's go ahead and first come here to the time, and ooh, that looks good. Yeah. All right, let me turn off track IR. All right, so one of the things you'll notice in the opening screen of the stream is that I am now going to be streaming on a schedule, and that schedule is going to be Saturday, and then Monday, and then Wednesday. So 3 days a week, I will be streaming something, but I might actually do things in between as well. But those are the 3 main days where I will be streaming, and I'm happy to report to you guys that very soon I will be flying with online ATC using the IVAO network. Now, the reason why I've chosen IVAO is that their software is super simple to use, but I'll leave that for another stream. All right, so first of all, let's take a look at this beauty. Let me, you know what, let me just change the time here to maybe there. There. Now we can see the sun really hitting on this aircraft. Just look at that, folks. Again, a completely different variant. You can see the reflections are different. It's kind of a matte color on the military variant of the aircraft. And it's got, you know, this, I believe this is a camera, reconnaissance camera for this helicopter. And those missiles are actually usable. So we can actually fire those missiles. And we are going to do just that right now. And we are at Bravo India Romeo Kilo at the request of my very good friend Duncan. I mean, God, look at those details. Gotta love this helicopter. Just look at that. Absolutely phenomenal work by HBG. Very, very nice indeed. All right, so we are going to come down here. We're going to go to the overhead panel, and we're going to repeat the same steps. First, we are going to engage the battery master. Battery standby battery is on. We're going to come here and turn on the PAX LA VCS. By the way, we haven't looked at the wipers, so we'll look at it in a minute. The pitos we can turn on. Prime fuel pumps are turned on. Position and anti-collision lights are on. And we are now good to start our engines. All right. So we are going to go to flight idle 1 and 2. Just look at that. Gotta love it. Cycle Gen C. I am an X-Plane user, but I must say it looks very nice. Absolutely, it looks phenomenal. KW for life. Hello Q8, first time catching you live. Well, welcome my friend. Glad to have you. Hopefully you'll be able to catch me more often than usual. Glad to have you with us. Ah, they've added the church. Yeah, is that, oh, okay. All right, so let's see if the engines are stable. We're just gonna wait for the engines to stabilize here. And once they do stabilize, all right, looks like they are stable now. So we're gonna go to flight. We're gonna close the covers here and head over back to the overhead panel. We're gonna turn on the avionics and we are gonna switch the pumps and everything else looks good. Landing and strobe lights are turned on. And let's come down here now and we are gonna turn on the autopilot system and we are now good to go. Alrighty, very good. Let's see here. Let me come over here. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, you see here, now we have something else here that says fire a rocket and you can reload and you can clean up. You have 24 rockets are on board. So let's take off and fire a few rockets to see how, you know, how it looks. Yeah, but I just really can't get over how well detailed and well modeled and textured this helicopter is. It's actually, I think, is going to become one of my favorite aircraft to fly in MSFS. Very, very nice indeed. And by the way, I fully endorse the price tag of this aircraft, and I paid the full price. I'm under no pressure to say that it's worth it if it's not, and it is worth it, guys, based on my very long experience creating content and being a flight simulator for over 2 decades. I tell you, this aircraft is worth its money, and it's very, very enjoyable as well. All right, so let's go ahead and give it some power. All right, this time around, we're going to use a little bit of rudder pedals here, give it some power. Look at that. Woohoo! How beautiful this thing is. Wow, what a machine. And what beautiful rendition of the aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is just gorgeous. You see how the light is actually moving, so it tilts? Wow. This is actually a beautiful, beautiful airport to fly from. I think I'm gonna do more flights from this airport. All right, so let's fire some rockets. Do you see that? So that's one, and we're gonna fire several. Woohoo! Look at that! How cool is that? That is very, very cool. All right, let's. That looks fantastic. That is a really nice, nice airport to fly from. Thanks, Duncan, for the left rudder pedal. Seems that the flight model is wrong. Airbus Helos should use right pedal as power pedals. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I didn't know that, but yeah, I wouldn't be able to, you know, I wouldn't be able to say anything whether this is correct or not. I don't know, but thanks for the info. Really appreciate it. So now if we come here and you can look here, it says we have 13 rockets on board, so we can fire some more. Woohoo! Wow, Very, very cool indeed. I absolutely adore this this helicopter. Again, the military variant of the aircraft. We've got 2 more missiles on board. I'm sure you can program a button to fire those buttons, to fire those rockets. All right. So another thing that I want to show you, by the way, let's go down here. So if we go to lights, autopilot, cleanup, reload. All right, so we've loaded all the options, equipment. All right, so now there's a weather radar. Oh, I guess that camera in the front is a weather radar. Emergency floats are not installed on this aircraft. We have the rockets, we have the weapons sight, we can install it. Look at that. And now we have the weapons sight there, so you can actually target. And that's really cool. And then you can install all of the other elements as well. Here's skid setting protection. So this one does not have the emergency float. So once we load the civilian variant, I'll show you that as well. So a bunch of stuff, and really phenomenal helicopter really for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Wow, guys, look at the clouds. Beautiful looking sight here of a beautiful helicopter over beautiful scenery of Microsoft Flight Simulator. All right. So just for those of you who are helicopter fans and maybe can give us a little more information about it, Jan Nissen lets you see the bomb hits the target. I'm not sure that we can actually do that, but yeah, we can definitely try. So we're going to fire a rocket. So if we just target that area there, it went kind of there. I think it's just done for fun. I don't think it's accurate in terms of. But let me just do a few things. If I do, so I'm gonna. You see, the aircraft is steering to the right, and I'm just gonna counter it with left rudder. And I'm not sure how accurate, what the aircraft is doing, but we're kind of hovering now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit on the altitude hold, and if we switch to outside view, we're just kind of hovering. I guess I get something right, and if we do some pedal movement there, rudder, woo! Tell you, this is fantastic. All right, one more thing I want to show you. Let me switch to the overhead panel. Let's see. There is, by the way, you have an air conditioning system. Now you can hear the sound of the air conditioning system, which is really cool. Ventilation, and we can come down here and set the wiper. Just look at that. By the way, this is very accurate, the motion of the wiper. I've checked this on a real video, and you can set this to fast. There we go. And what we can do is we can change the weather here and put rain. Let's see here, live weather. I'm just going to say rain. And again, it doesn't do anything to the rain, but it's well modeled. Again, similar to the default rain effect on all the aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator. But that's how the, which I think is really cool. It looks really, really good. Oops. I'm not sure what happened there. I must have clicked the button. You've pressed a hotkey. Yeah, I certainly did. I certainly did, yeah. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to load up the civilian variant of the helicopter. And as promised, we're going to go to... Ooh. I'm not sure what happened here. Am I going to be able to recover from this? I have no clue. Probably not. Oh, come on. All right, we're wasted. All right, let's head over to the main menu. We're going to go and load up the civilian variant, and we're then going to go to... the stream is saying you are ending. Yeah, I must have pressed a hotkey by mistake. Sorry about that, guys. I tried to give it red, or yeah, the AP, it's the autopilot probably. So yeah. All right. So I think the other one, we're going to go back to the aircraft selection, and we're going to select the civilian version of the aircraft, and we're going to go to liveries. Which one? I think this one looks nice. And we're going to go to, was it, I can't recall. Let me see here. If I can recall, where did we, where was the, the cost is $42.95. Are you Swede? Nope. All right, that's, I'm trying to find the comment or the ICO code that you guys wanted me to have. Oh, okay, there we go. Lima Sierra Mike. All right. Lima, thank you guys. You guys are always great. Lima Sierra Mike. Ooh, that looks like a really nice place. Man, I should let you guys pick all my my airports. This looks fantastic. All right, we're gonna go to let's see here. Maybe we're just gonna go right here to the very end. Set as departure. Yeah, that's good. That's the civilian aircraft there, and let's go ahead and say fly. And now we're going to see, we're going to take a look at the floats as well in this variant of the aircraft. Sander, hello, my friend. Welcome. Sorry, I didn't know you were there. See that in the official FAA report. Pilot pressed a wrong hotkey. Thanks, Phil. Really appreciate it, and thanks for being here. Good afternoon to you, sir. Tuna flight model is correct. Left pedal when you raise collective. Perfect. Thank you, Tuna Flight Model. Appreciate it. Tuna. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Michael, hello, my friend. Welcome. Do the missiles explode if you aim straight down? I don't think so, because they kind of always go, you know, I think they just always go straight. That's what I've noticed. So I don't think that they are done to actually hit. They might in the future add a little more to it, but I think they're just there for fun. I don't think that they really do anything or that you can target anything. Why didn't you get as happy for me as for Sander? Huh? I'm not sure I follow you there, but I'm happy for you, man, for whatever reason. See you stock for DCS. I haven't done much as far as DCS is concerned, and I probably should. So, by the way, is this airport somewhere in Switzerland? I'm just wondering. All right, let me just turn off Toby Tracker. We're going to turn it on once we're airborne, and we're just going to say how it actually works with this helicopter. And no, that's not what I wanted to do. Now, I'd like to hear your thoughts on Toby Eye Tracker. If I don't know if any of you guys have it or you've used it or not, but yeah, I'd like to hear your comments on it. What do you think of it? We're all happy, my friend. Happy days, and yeah. All right. So here we go. This is now the civilian. Guys, I really love those airports you're giving me. I mean, this is fantastic. Yeah, I'm going to let you guys pick all my airports from this point forward. Much better than my choice. I'm getting some stream messages here that things are not well. Yeah, it's telling me that the stream health is poor. But if you guys are good... Luca Mayor, yeah, it's a military base in Switzerland. Oh, cool. Perfect. Okay. Alright. So, I'm still getting a message. I've just used Track IR, which is now a necessary. I'll maybe give the eye tracker a go, if it's any good. Well, Toby Eye Tracker, for me, at least, it wasn't as... it works okay. It works exactly as advertised. But, again, it's very limited, I think, in the sim, and hopefully they will add a few more things to make it work, especially zooming in and out is an issue with Toby Eye Tracker. So this is, ladies and gentlemen, the civilian variant of the aircraft, and as you can see again, the fuselage just looks like real, painted metal. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Very, very nice. Again, 3 variants, and you get all 3: the military variant, the luxury, and the civilian variant of this aircraft, all included. And if we hop into the interior, you will see, by the way, in the military variant, you can actually see the soldiers. I missed doing that for you. But just look at, again, the interior of those helicopters is very different in all the 3 variants. So they look completely different here. And what we can do is we can go back here to the front, and there we go. Yeah, we can remove this door, and you can see the pilot here. There we go. And you can open it in this manner as well. So it's, you can, and now we can click here again to close it. And by the way, also you can turn the seats in the military variant. You can actually click on the seats to bring them down. It's really, really nice features in this aircraft, and I really appreciate all the nice texture work that they've done all around. Just again, look at those seats. Everything's just modeled and looks phenomenal in terms of the 3D modeling. So the other thing I wanted to show you is the emergency floats, and we're going to do that again once we're airborne. I'm going to bring the iPad here, so let's go ahead and get things started. We're going to head over again to the overhead panel, and we're going to engage the battery. Battery is engaged, and let's see here, standby battery is on. Turn this guy on. Air conditioning is fine. Pitos are on. The prime fuel pumps are on. No, not strobe. Position and anti-collision lights are on. And let's head down here. The covers are open, so we're going to go to flight idle and start the helicopter. And once more, we enjoy looking at those beautiful rotors just getting up to speed. Yeah, you can see again the heat blare here from the exhausts. Just look at that. Wow. Phenomenal work on the 3D modeling, texturing. Nice sounds as well, by the way. Thank you, Duncan. Take care, my friend. All right, and now the engines are kind of stable. All right, engines are stable. We can go to flight, engine and close the covers. Head over to the overhead panel. And we're going to turn on the avionics, and we are going to turn on the transfer fuel pumps, turn off the prime fuel pumps, and landing lights and strobe lights are on. By the way, we can turn this on and arm the emergency exit lights. We can set this for night and day, and you can control the dimmer here. And now we have everything ready. We can come down here and turn on the autopilot system and backup system, redundancy, all is done, all is good, and we are ready to take off. And as soon as we are airborne, I'll show you the emergency floats. If we go here to the equipment and emergency floats, oh, it says not installed. Oh, come on. I wanted to show you this. Maybe it's just in the luxury version then. Well, if you guys want to really see them, then I can definitely do that. Well, let's go ahead and take off just to show you this civilian variant of the aircraft. 100 feet. Okay, counterclockwise rotor, left power pedal is correct, my bad. Well, I'm glad that it's all good there. Again, I wouldn't be able to say anything. All right, so what I want to show you guys is one more thing. I want to show you how Tobii eye tracker works with this helicopter, because I think it's worthwhile, since we're doing it and I have Tobii eye tracker installed and working. Let's go ahead and turn it on. So now this is Tobii eye tracker, and it's following my eye and head movement. Well, for the helicopters, I think it's nice. Anything that flies, slow, I think it's perfectly fine. If you want to start, clicking on the buttons, it kind of gets a little, kind of strange and a little difficult to do. Not very viable, if you ask me. Yeah, I think our speed is a bit too much there. But yeah, I think it works okay here as I just look to the left, to the right, to the bottom, look up. And the same thing happens, by the way, in external view. So here we go. So as you can see, I can use Tobii Eye Tracker in external view as well. Now, if you guys want to see the emergency floats, we can definitely go and do that and load up the luxury version once more and take a look. If not, that's also okay. You don't need the floats. All right, perfect. That is a really nice area to fly around. Beautiful mountains. Switzerland is a beautiful country altogether. And yeah, there you have it. The Tobii Eye Tracker there. Working with the HPG H145 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And we can come down here and turn this off. So, well, folks, my final remarks on the HPG H145 is that it is a exceptionally well-modeled helicopter for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The modeling and the texture work, both inside and out, is of the highest order. The quality of the details, the simulation of the aircraft systems is without a doubt something to be commended. As I've indicated in the beginning, I am not very proficient in flying helicopters, and I have very limited knowledge of their systems and flight model. However, I can tell you based on my experience that this is an aircraft that you would really enjoy in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It is well modeled, both in terms of the way it looks, as well as the systems, the sounds, and it is still in early access, but the project is pretty much alive. And it is an aircraft that receives the Q8 Pilot seal of approval and a final score of 9 out of 10. Can you land on the ice? I suppose so. Yeah, let's try to land the aircraft. Hopefully we'll do a good job this time. Right, here we go. We are going to bring it nice and easy in the area ahead of us. I think there might be a runway just right ahead of us, but we're going to bring it here on the ice. So I'm going to follow the instructions given earlier by you guys. We don't want to land on the trees.
100 feet.
That's not a very good landing. Woo! All right, let's try this. That's much better. I love how you can just, you know, get the helicopter off the ground and put it back on, and without too much incident. So it looks like, yeah, you can. It kind of is a little funny on ice here, and I'm not sure if this is because this is a. It could be that this is actually water. The behavior of the helicopter is that it's landed on water. As you can see, it's kind of moving up and down. So I'm not sure if this is a frozen lake of some sort, and that's the reason that the aircraft floats like that. But that is probably the reason. I'm not sure anyone who's, you know, who lives in Switzerland can tell us if this is, you know, a frozen lake or frozen river of some sort. Yeah, I really am not sure. I don't know why is it doing what it's doing, but there we go. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Hype Performance Group Airbus H145 for Microsoft Flight Simulator, which again receives the Q8 Pilot Seal of Approval and a final score of 9 out of 10. It is one that I would highly recommend. It will definitely bring hours of enjoyment to your flying experience in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And this pretty much brings us to the conclusion of our live stream today. I hope that this was a useful and insightful live stream, folks. And if you have any questions, as usual, please do post them in the description section once the video goes live. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions on the aircraft or anything flight sim related. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and take care. Stay safe, and bye-bye for now.